We are clearing land. We won't plant maize, won't plant soyabean, and won't plant sunflower. This is the season to plant. Just a few days to start planting. Remember, if you want to do poultry farming, you must have feeds, which takes 70% of the cost. You must have, now in that feed, you must have maize, which takes 70% of that feed. You must have soyabean, which takes about 18 to 20% of that feed. And you must have sunflower. What else? Just the concentrate. So in this video, I'll share with you how can you cut the cost of feed on your farm. Let's stop wasting money. Let's stop wasting money on the farm. This is Kataps once again, the 8 years man experience in poultry farming. Stick around, we shall be right back. As you can see, this structure is empty. Not because I wanted to make it empty, but there are times when you reach a point and many circumstances such as feeds get you out of business. Feed prices can get you out of business. If you remember, those who are farmers already, if you remember 2 months, 3 months ago, the feed prices we had challenges with the feeds. Everybody cried feeds. The maize was going up to 1,600 shillings. Remember, US dollar, $1 goes for 3,500 shillings, Ugandan shillings. I'm shooting this video from Uganda. I'm standing here right now in Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, where the equator line passes. One of the countries, few countries like that. So the feed prices caused us a lot of challenges that we have to give up. But now, what are the feed prices causing us? What can we do to cut the costs? The cost of feed can only be cut by experience and by determination. Number one is to plant your own maize. Maize takes 70% of animal products, or takes 70% of the feed, whole feed, finished feed product. Remember, 1 kilogram of maize at a farmer costs just 1,000 shillings. But when you add it in the feed, it becomes 4,000. Why? It is 1,000 and 70% of the product, with the finished feed, it becomes 4,000. Why? Why get all that 3,000 extra? Why? Almost $1 extra. When you can make your own feed at home, then you have 1,000, you crush the maize, or you get the maize plant out of that, you add in a simple soyabean, which you can plant in your own garden, and then you put in some few things like toxin binder, which you also have here. Toxin binder is made out of charcoal, garlic, aloe vera, maybe turmeric. All of those 4 products can make toxin binder. And the minerals we have, all the mineral salts we have, all of them come from plants. Plants like moringa, all those give us mineral salts. Plants like I use plants like pawpaw leaves, also pawpaw seeds. All those have minerals. Then you have to put in like the ash to make to make potassium for your birds. These birds need to have the bones grow, need to have the muscles grow, need to have the whole body. Then they also have the setup of eggs to grow, to be developed. So it means you have to give calcium, carbohydrates, starch, protein. All of that should be in the feed for your birds. Because maize takes 70% of your feed, and then soyabean, which is a protein, takes about 18% of your product. It means you get 70% plus 18, 88% of the feed already. That is soyabean and maize. So if you planted those two, what would happen? You can say, I want to plant all this garden. I want to plant in maize and soyabean. I told you one of the subscribers gave me this land, about 4 acres, and I'm going to utilize it this season. I plant maize and soyabean. It means as I restock the birds and the pigs, I want to be having feed. The feed which is 88% at my home. What do I need extra? I need just calcium. Calcium is made out of, you can either get lime from shops, you buy it, you get oyster, you get the shells, the snail shells, you can get the bones, but you don't give the chicken bones to the chicken. No, it's either cow bones or any other animal apart from chicken, because you remember the bones from the restaurants, already some birds are sick, so you give them to your birds and they cause that sickness from there to your birds, whether they are roasted or not. I don't trust that. So never give your chicken the bones from the chickens. So we have the maize, we have the maize brand, we have the soyabean, then we have the shells at a free cost at Lake Victoria here, a lot of shells. Then we have, what else do we have? We have the pawpaw leaves to give us the minerals, the multivitamins from the pawpaw leaves or from pawpaw seeds. All of those are there. Then we have the charcoal at a free cost, this organic charcoal made out of wood. That is also there. So why would you suffer with the feed these prices? Just as I suffered before I understood this. My experience of 8 years makes me think, sit down, think, reflect, and ask myself, why should I get out of business? Yet others are doing it. If you can enter business, maybe you are in Dubai, you want to do a business in Uganda, you are saving your money, you are in Abu Dhabi, they call them Nkubache, you went to look for money, somebody went to look for, you struggle. The kadama, you're going to there to get money, then you want to do poultry farming. These are things you must first consider. Do I have land to plant my own maize, to plant my own soyabean? Can I access the fish, the silverfish, the mukene, the omena? That can I access it? If you can't access all those, you're going to be buying feeds from the market. The feed is made by your own self at home. Would watch maximum 2,000 shillings per kilogram. But if you buy the feeds, they go for 4,000 Ugandan shillings. That's double the price, 100% increment of the price. You cannot make any profit. If I'm giving my birds, each layer bird eating 120 grams per day of feed, how much are you spending on it? I usually put it in the simple terms and say each bird today, to produce an egg, it's about 160 Ugandan shillings. $1 equals 3,500. So you can put in your own currency and see. And the 12 eggs, at normal circumstances, costs 11,000. That means I have about 3,000 profit per tray. If I have 100 birds, they will be able to give me 3 trays of eggs. Maybe 9 of them are laying. That means 3,000 times 3 trays, that's about 9,000 Ghana shillings. That's roughly about $2.5. That's profit. So if you have 1,000, just calculate like that. No 1,000 birds, maybe 900 will be laying. That means you have maybe 30 trays of eggs per day, times 3,000, that's 90,000 Ghana shillings per day. That is a lot of money. That's beyond $10 per day. That's a lot of money. And as you go on, learn how to cut costs. But if you're feeding cost, the feed that is finished from the shops, the feed mills, you know to go to the 3,000 Uganda shillings as profit. The profit reduces. It reduces every time. So the more you make your own feed, the more you cut the cost. It means you're cutting the cost of feed, then you're getting more profit at your farm. Then when in no time, you increase the farm, every time it keeps increasing your farm. If you started with 50 birds, you can bring 100, you bring 500, as you go on. So the feed must be cut. You said these concentrates we have. We are going for concentrates simply because they are an easy way out. Most of the people made fish to be altered so much. There is sand, the fish can be rotten, then it comes with a lot of aflatoxins. The fish itself causes E. coli because it is from the water, and sometimes it is not well cleaned, and the birds end up having diseases. So we try to avoid those things because we want to have an easy way out. But the more you go easy way out, they say the cheap things are expensive. You end up spending a lot of money. You see this bag of concentrate, 50 kilograms. The bag mixes maize and maize bran. That is maybe in 20, concentrates come in a 20% DCP, digestible crude protein. They come in a 10% DCP or 5% DCP. So if it is 5%, you put in more of soyabean. If it is 10%, you put in also soyabean. But 20% crude protein, don't put in soyabean. The companies which are making the right feed concentrates, there are about 3 in Uganda, which I trust. But these guys should be able to market, to come and promote these videos. Because we do a lot of research, they should come and promote us. Now, having a concentrate, and you need maize bran, and maize only, it means if you planted your own maize, still you would save money. Remember, you may use soybean 10%, 5%, then you ignore soybean at 20%. But still, you're cutting cost because you have your own maize. So it means if you use maybe 10% or 5%, where you use a lot of soybean, a lot of sunflower, a lot of maize, my dear, the sky is no longer the limit. farmers who are fearing to start, and you have land. Yesterday, somebody called me from, I think from UK. He called me and he was telling me how to support his mother. How does he want to support his mother? How best can he support his mother on the farm? I told him straight away, how many acres do you have? He told me he has 50 acres of land. If you have 50 acres of land, I told him, we start small. Cut 2 acres, plant maize. Cut 2 acres, plant soyabean. Then cut 3 acres, plant sunflower. Because sunflower is not labor intensive. You need sunflower, soyabean, and maize to mix in your concentrates of 5% or 10%. If you have those 3 products, these people sell concentrates, they will be your friends because you will not complain about feeds. Your prices are a cut. Remember, the cheapest thing in our chicken feed is lime or maybe calcium. Calcium is very cheap. So once you have the 3 products, you just buy calcium at 500 shillings, Ugandan shillings per kilogram. That is about 0.2 US dollars. Very small. So it is very minimal. So if you're a new farmer and it's your first time to be on these videos, this is Kataps, a very passionate farmer who started 8 years ago, who's experienced starting from 15 birds. And daily, he is there on the farm. 70% of the farm work is done by me. That means the experience I have is beyond you can compare. If you're new here, please subscribe for more videos. And if you've been here, share these videos. We want to reach them. We want them to reach to each, the lowest, the starter, the biggest, and the farmer in all corners of the world. We don't want anybody to miss out. So that what we teach each other. We know we learn from each other. So please, let's see you next time. Bye-bye.